everybody. Welcome to the Adventures of Lolly and Pops. I'm Laurie, also known as Lolly.
I'm Greg,
Hi, guys.
also known as Pop.
This is Stephanie and Garrett with Slow Travel Chronicles, and today we want to talk to you about what it's like to be with someone 24/7. And so we ask you to watch our video, like, subscribe. If you have comments, be sure and post those, and we'll try to address them. So, first of all, now that we're full-time travelers, we do spend pretty much 24/7. A little bit different than.
Yeah. you may think you're with your spouse 24/7, but if you have a job, you are not.
Right.
And you don't appreciate that until you stop working, and you realize, oh, this is what 24/7 means.
Right. Yeah. So it's been a challenge for us to be together 24/7 and to learn all the little quirks of a person, I guess. So what do you think the biggest plus to being together 24/7 has been?
Oh, now you're putting me on the spot.
Yes,
I had Con.
Well, the biggest plus is pretty simple. You're retired and traveling. You're not working. No matter how you look at it, that's a plus.
So how many times have you said, what is today? I forgot what day it is.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time. The biggest plus is the ability to have a conversation and plan future things. Be it, do we want to travel? Maybe not the nuts and bolts of where we're going and all of those things, but like just putting together like what we want our future to look like. It's just easier to have those conversations because you're living every day, and when you're working, you have ideas of what you think life might be like, but until you're...
And you discuss them for an hour after work before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Well, I think that being together at this point in our life is different. We are 24/7, but when you're working and raising a family and doing all that, you had all those outside stresses going on in your life, and you really couldn't enjoy the person you married because of all of that. And now it's just you and them out doing your, enjoying each other and enjoying life on the road.
And I think you learn things about people that, you also learn a lot about yourself, or whether or not you can.
I'm not that deep.
So, I guess, what have you enjoyed the most?
Oh, I mean, I enjoy just traveling and being together and not worried about we're going to work, going to do this, going to do that. We're just, going to activities, with the family. It's just us doing our thing, and that's a real good positive. Even though we might miss the grandkid happenings and, some of that stuff, but we do get to go back and enjoy that. But it's just when you're in another country, and it's just, you really appreciate the conversations that you have.
You're able to spend time together without outside influences screwing things up, like school meetings, job,
sports activities,
sporting events, and all kinds of things that you both get dragged into doing you don't want to do, and you're arguing over who's doing this and who's doing that. All those outside pressures kind of go away.
We still have that pressure. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? So that one still remains.
Okay.
I would say to go for something that's not as positive, you kind of learn the traits that you may not have picked up on before. So, for example, Garrett's hiding his face. Garrett crunches his cereal in the morning. And when
that's a you problem.
That's a me problem. But when we were working, I was still getting ready in the morning when he was eating breakfast. Now, if I'm awake at the same time,
which is
not as often as it should be, I might do that on purpose so I don't hear him crunching. But I know that's petty, but
sometimes Greg breathes, and you're just like, no.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I was using that as an example. There might be little things that aggravate you that you may not have even known existed that now you do. So he crunches cereal, and I don't like it.
And when I get mad at her, I have cereal for dinner.
He is not lying. He will do that.
So one of the things that we did in preparation for travel, and I thought it was kind of fun. Oh, you probably didn't.
Oh, your homework question?
So we did homework. So I was, if you don't already know, I was up in Alaska and Greg was here in Alabama. And so each time I would make a trip up there, we would have homework questions. And then when we got home, we would sit down and discuss them without the TV, without the phone. And we had to actually look at each other and talk to each other, which is hard sometimes.
That's your idea,
It was-
right?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But the
always
questions
the
were
girl.
things like, first of all, why do you want to travel with me? You know,
Oh,
what
that's
is
actually
it?
kinda
What is
good.
it that you like? What is it that you don't like? Where do you see yourself in a year? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Where are the places you want to go?
Where are the places
It's
you
like
want
playing a
to
game of roulette.
Right. Where are the places you want to go? What do you want to see? I mean, you know, if we're in a city, do you want to see the churches and the museums, or do you want to go to the beach? Or, you know, I mean, there's all
Jump
kinds
off
of
the plane.
things, and so
Well,
we got all that
yeah.
out of the way in the front end.
Yeah.
So it was meaningful.
It was, and I think it was helpful because there were things that came out. I won't discuss all the answers, but you know, one thing was what is something that you don't like about me or you wish that was different,
Ooh.
and that was hard not only to answer, but it was hard to hear as well. So
Don't answer that.
I know that you know I have
better
a few
than that.
imperfections that I need.
I know I do.
So that was a good way to prepare and to start the dialogue and kind of know where each other
That's a good idea.
where each other was. In the Airbnb, what we're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what
That's right.
your relationship with somebody 24/7 kind of makes a difference in your accommodations and what you do. So
Get a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. Don't get a studio.
Do not get a studio.
Unless you have to because of price. We will get a studio and can live with them for maybe a week or so at most, 10 days if we're really stretching it. Otherwise, we're getting a bed, at least a 1-bedroom.
Yeah.
You
We
need
don't.
a separate space.
Yeah.
Don't always use it, but it's there.
This may or may not work for everybody. We don't go to bed or get up at the exact same time. So we each have a little bit of time to ourselves. Might only be a half an hour to an hour every day, but he gets up earlier and I stay up later. So I guess really double the time that we can do our own personal thing, like, you know, read a book, play on our phones, work on our YouTube stuff, and not have to worry about entertaining the other person.
Yeah.
So we pretty much will go to bed about the same time, but I do enjoy getting up in the morning before.
I'm not getting up until she's had her 2 cups of coffee.
Because I'm-
Crunching cereal or whatever, I'm not getting up until the 2 cups of coffee are down, and then I know it's safe.
You're scared of me, and I appreciate that. So I guess what's been the biggest, I don't even want to say downfall to it. I guess just learning that it's okay to say, you know, I need a little time.
I am a shy person, or so I say, but I'm really not. I like to talk to people. And so that is a challenge for me because he's not as talkative, but I compensate for that by talking to people at the grocery store. I will pet any dog that is right there. I'm like, can I pet your dog? And pet a dog. And I try to find ways to interact with people. I go to meetups and he comes along. But I would say that's my biggest challenge is when I want a different conversation, because your world shrinks a little bit when you're with somebody 24/7. They already know what you watched on TV last night. They already know what's coming up. So I try to add people in when I can.
And we're the same way. I'm not very talkative. She loves to talk. So when we go places,
He's talking about.
when we go places, she'll talk to everyone there, and I'm just kind of to the side, just listening, and I'll add my 2 cents when needed. But for the most part, I like when we get to do a meetup or find someone in a restaurant next to us that speaks English, and then we can have a whole conversation with them, because I can see it really. I mean, that's really her thing. It makes her. I can tell it makes her feel better when she can talk a lot.
I think that language was a bigger barrier when we first started, because you know here we are, we're in a new country. we've just started this new lifestyle and nobody speaks. We were in Italy and I had worked really hard to learn what I thought I knew was a good bit of Italian, and it really wasn't. But I could kind of manage, but it's like everybody spoke Italian. He spoke English. And then, so it's like, okay, so when we heard somebody speak English, it was nice.
Yeah.
And it was nice to randomly meet couples as much as I think it is to set up a meetup.
Yeah. So I hope my answer there didn't make it sound like we don't like spending 24/7
Oh,
with
no,
each
we
other.
love it, or we wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are still times, and everybody should, I think, realize you do have to have a little bit of separation and alone time.
I agree.
And I listen to some of the YouTube channels, and people say, well, okay, I get up in the morning and I spend so many hours, going for a walk, or I'm doing yoga, or, and that's great. I can't say that I have any one certain thing that I do after coffee. Any specific hobby. I do like travel planning and such, and that kind of gives me a little bit of an outlet.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else y'all want to add?
I think we're good.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
So far.
thanks for joining us, and be sure and like and subscribe to our channel and to Slow Travel Chronicles, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.
Later.